Hello, everyone, and welcome to another movie review. I am happy that you can join me today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Click the subscribe button below for future notifications and updates. Click the like button and share this content with other movie fans. So this past Friday, May 10th, I went to see a new movie titled Not Another Church Movie. And when I saw the trailer, I thought to myself, so we are getting a Tyler Perry parody. I was not surprised because a part of me thought it was about time. Tyler Perry has made over 20 films. Most of them were Madea films, and Perry came up with his own signature style of storytelling to the point where you can figure out what his formula is. And since he is a certified billionaire, it was only a matter of time that Tyler Perry got roasted by someone else. Then, when I went to the Regal app to buy a ticket, I thought this should be a fun time at the movies because not only was the trailer funny, even the synopsis was funny. And since I am not an expert at comedy, let me share with you the funny synopsis you will find on the Regal app. Billionaire talk show host Oprah Winfrey frets as her box office sales plummet and her talk show audience begins to dwindle. Using her direct connections to God, played by Jamie Foxx, she demands his help. So God and the angels decide there's no better choice than to call on the hardest working man in the world, Taylor Harry. The P is silent. And Taylor Harry is played by Kevin Daniels, an actor I never heard of. But when the devil, played by Mickey Rourke, overhears this, he comes up with his own plan to disrupt the whole ordeal. So I am going to give this film 1 out of 5 stars. I am not sure when was the last time I gave a movie 1 star. Even I can admit that as far as film critics go, I am more of a forgiving, lenient critic. But I am giving this film 1 star for a list of reasons. Okay, here we go. Number 1. And this is the biggest surprise. The movie looks like a cheap Tubi movie in which they were working with a $30,000 to $50,000 budget. The CGI was terrible, the worst I have seen, and you can see it in the heaven scenes and in the terrible wigs the actors wear in this film. The quality of the set designs and costumes were so terrible that I left the movie theater thinking, how did the filmmakers get a theatrical release? How come it wasn't sent straight to Tubi? Make it make sense, because it doesn't. Number 2, it seems as though they took out all the funny moments, put it in the trailer, because when I went to see the movie, for the most part, it was not funny. The jokes tanked. The parody scenes of Tyler Perry's movies tanked. There is a section of the film that was a parody of Diary of a Mad Black Woman. That was not as hilarious as I thought it would be. In this film, Madea is Madude. And Madude is funny at times, but it wasn't laugh out loud funny. Madude comes off as an embarrassing idiot. I can't laugh with her, but the jokes don't work, so I can't even laugh at her. There's a couple of scenes that was a parody of Meet the Browns, but instead the Browns are the blacks. That wasn't funny either. There was a couple of scenes that parody Madea's Halloween movies, but that was not funny either. Which leads to my next point. Point number 3. The movie was like a train that fell off the tracks. The entire Act 2 was an absolute mess. The story is we are supposed to watch Taylor Harry save Oprah Winfrey with the help of God to defeat Satan's plan of getting in the way, but at times in the film, you forgot what the movie was about. God and Satan show up at random times that made no sense. And when you see Oprah Winfrey in the beginning, you don't see her again until the end. Number 4. Another thing I need to point out is, and someone needs to explain this to me, how did this movie get an all-star cast? How did that happen? The movie looks so cheap that the star actors should be embarrassed to be in this movie. It's like they said to hell with their reputations. Besides Oscar-winning actor Jamie Foxx and Oscar-nominated actor Mickey Rourke, this movie stars Vivica A. Fox, Tisha Campbell, Jasmine Guy, and Kyla Pratt. This movie is such a train wreck, I can't believe it ended up in theaters. And I can't believe I was such a poor judge of this movie. Usually I can tell if a movie is a waste of time and money based on the trailer, but this one got me. And I got robbed. The only two things are the ticket was $2 cheaper than what I usually pay, and it's only 90 minutes long. But the middle of the story was such a mess, the movie felt like 2 hours, and I couldn't wait to leave. Then there is the soundtrack. That was also terrible. The soundtrack makes reason number 5. This movie is so bad. Whoa, let me repeat. This movie is so bad. This is not the first time I have watched a bad film, and I am sure it won't be the last. But every time I see a bad movie, I am upset because I have dreamt of being a filmmaker for most of my adult life, and I never got the chance because the money wasn't there. Filmmaking is an expensive undertaking, and a director has to lead 3 sets of teams. And prior to that, you need a screenplay that can compete with other screenplays and contests. I have written screenplays better than the one in this movie, so it's just upsetting to see a movie this bad when you want to make a feature of your own and you don't have the money to do it. So that is all for today, my friends. I was so upset that I bought a ticket to see this film that when I left the theater, I went down the block to buy a pina colada. Not a virgin one. I needed rum this time. I would have been okay if I saw this film on streaming. As a matter of fact, there were a couple of films that were way better than this movie, and they ended up on streaming. So I am at a loss for words. Anyway, I will see you next time with another movie review. Until then, take care, and as always, thanks for watching.